Welcome to EntreProgrammers Podcast, the podcast for developreneurs, the podcast where you get to be a fly on the wall listening to real conversations of three developers trying to tackle the challenges they face as entrepreneurs.
All right, so we're live.
Before we get into it, we have a couple openings on Team Wolfpack. So Team Seal folded a few weeks ago, and so now Team Wolfpack, it looks like they're down a couple of members as well. It would be kind of ironic if the last man standing was Team Poodle. But yeah, so just if anybody's listening to this interested in getting into a group, we have one or possibly two openings for Wolfpack. So just you can email me, Josh at joshuaearl.com, and we'll discuss getting you into a group. All right.
What are you talking about?
So we've got several other EntreProgrammers groups that meet weekly as well and do the same deal with the podcast and everything. So I think we had 4 for a while, and now I think we lost 1, so we're down to 3, I believe. So, but yeah, so let me know, Josh at joshuaearl.com. All right, how are you guys doing?
I'm alive finally. Shit, I was keep getting sick, and I was just trying to get back on track with everything, and then this week I was like getting ready to go and like start up my routine again on Monday, and I'm sick. So.
Has it been flu or like?
I think it's probably been flu because I had a high fever, like a 101 fever for a couple of days, and then congestion. So pretty bad cough. So
You're back to normal or still struggling?
I have a little bit of a cough, but aside from that, I'm good today. So today should be the first day I'm really back. Like yesterday I was okay, but I didn't run or anything because I didn't want to push it. But
I have a feeling that Chuck partied too hard in Vegas last night, so that's why he's not here.
Must be.
Nice. Yeah, this has been a pretty brutal season. We've been fortunate the last couple months we have dodged the bullets. No major illnesses here, but it was bad. Like the at Levi's school, the teacher had sent an email, and it was like, I think they have 19 kids in the class, and they had like half of them out at one time. They were down to like half strength, so it was just dropping like flies. So I could really use some help brainstorming here. So we basically we're having another one of those major sales slumps where like basically everything dries up. This has happened a couple times before, and it's pretty awful when you're going through it because it feels like you're never going to make any money ever again. Last time it happened, I think, was like possibly last May, or no, I think it might have been the May before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it happened last year. But yeah, like basically for the what are we on? It's April 6th right now. And I think we have barely cleared $1,000 for the month. Is that?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
We're like $1,100. And for the life of me, I mean, we were up until the last few months, we were averaging at least $15,000 a month in straight innocent product sales. At this month, we'll be like at this pace, we'll be lucky to hit 5,000 or 6,000. So I really don't know what's going on. I've spent a couple days this week, or the better part of a couple of days this week, looking at everything I can think of. This morning, I was doing things like checking our sender reputation to see if our email deliverability was gone.
All right, yeah.
So before all of that, how's the traffic on the sales page?
Well, okay, so it's down a little bit, but not that much. So I looked at January. January was a decent month for us. And from what I can see, we got around 475 average, 475 visits per day, unique visits per day across all the sales pages. This month, it's like I just looked at the couple days this week to see how we're tracking against that, and we're getting 355 per day, which is, so that's down some. It's down about 25%, but not that's not enough to account for the huge, massive drop in sales.
Right.
The biggest change that I'm seeing is that I feel like so the biggest drop that I'm seeing is our actual click-throughs from the sales page to the shopping cart are down by like 50%.
Remember that SSL certificate thing I sent you? Are we sure that the SSL certificate didn't expire?
Yeah, those were set to automatically renew. Yeah.
Because normally it's not.
50,
it doesn't
50%.
give me a warning unless it's like not gonna actually automatically renew.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm guessing Carl checked it and he said it was.
Oh, you have a new shopping cart though, right? You installed a new shopping cart?
Yes, we'll get to that. So, let me just finish what John was asking about. So that was set to automatically renew. John, I think maybe what happened was with February being a short month.
Yeah.
Maybe the schedule got a little off.
Oh, okay.
I'm just guessing on that, but yeah, that was set to automatically renew. So it is kind of weird that you got notified. But I've been checking. I mean, I've gone through the shopping. I've gone through the funnel with a fine-tooth comb, checking everything I can think of. So Manny, yes, you asked if we had. We got the new shopping cart. I switched over to WooCommerce. There's definitely, like last month though, our sales were like almost 14,000. So with WooCommerce, so not nearly as bad as what we're seeing here. So, but what I'm seeing is that the click-through, the shopping cart could be a problem. If the click-throughs to the shopping cart were the same, then the shopping cart could potentially be a problem. Like, maybe there's a technical glitch in the checkout process. But what I'm seeing is that the shopping cart's never getting into play because half as many people are clicking through. Like we were getting, let me see, I got the numbers here. So we were averaging 34.3 shopping cart views per day in January, and now we're averaging 15 per day. So it's like people are seeing the sales page.
So has it been a slow and steady decline, or was there like some day where something happened, or was it like off?
Basically, let me back up. So basically all of March was not very good. We did a sale in March that bumped our revenue way up. But actually, most of March, the sales were pretty low. Like we were most days like between $200, $300, $400. So maybe like we're selling a ton of blogging workbooks. Like that's pretty, and that's the $5 product. That is selling just about as well. It's down a little bit, but it's just about selling as well as it was before. And then we're selling a decent amount of JavaScript Launchpad, which is now priced at $29. And then we're selling 1 to 2 10 steps courses per day, which is our $99 product. And that used to sell more like 4 to 6 per day. And then we're not selling any how to market yourself at all. Like basically we sold like 3 of them in March and none in April. So the biggest drop-offs have been our 2 more expensive products. And so I don't know, like I'm trying to disprove the theory that for some reason people are just not willing to spend that kind of money right now.
Did you do a sale on those products in March?
I did a sale on 10 steps in March.
Is that the expensive product?
It's the middle one. It's $99, and the sale did not produce nearly as many sales as I was expecting it would.
Yeah.
Which I'm attributing to the fact that the people coming into the email, or the people that were getting those sale emails, were mostly people that had signed up for the free career guide lead magnet, which I have deep sixed for the time being, because it was just, I couldn't get those people to buy anything. So it was like, yeah, so I was expecting, I forget how many sales we actually got out of it, but I was expecting about 10 times more than what we actually got.
Yeah.
5 to 10 times more than what we actually got. So that sale was disappointing. It kind of masked our overall the problem for the month of March. So yeah, I don't know. So one thing, so we've changed a ton of things. This is part of the problem. Like, there's been a lot of changes since January. So we changed shopping carts. John stepped down. I changed our email. I changed our sending domain from Drip. What else? There have been several other changes like that I've made. Oh yeah, I stopped sending the daily emails. Actually, that's part of the thing that makes it hard to know. With January, the numbers in January were inflated, because I was sending those daily emails, but I was able to track that people were not buying from them. So we were getting sales page views and probably add to carts, but not sales from those emails.
Oh, yeah.
So the January numbers are kind of flaky. I'm not even sure that necessarily means that we have a problem.
What you just said about the fact that your daily emails have gone away,
right?
I think that's maybe that has something to do with it, because it may not. As direct response marketers, we're always thinking of, is this emails getting the results? But it's again about the exposure, right? It's about the repeated exposure over time that gets those. But
okay, so they're getting daily emails. We have a funnel. This is the thing. We've got a funnel. The funnel hasn't changed.
Yeah.
But it's just like we're getting a drop off, because the people coming through the Plinko machine, where most of our sales were coming from, they weren't getting the daily emails. The people that were getting the daily emails had already been through the whole system and had bought or not bought.
So what's the distribution there? People in the Plinko machine who are buying compared to, how would you split that in terms of sales?
I don't know what the proportions would be. I'd have to dig into that.
Because it is possible that people in the Plinko machine are still buying at the same rate, but people who are not getting the daily emails, their buying rates have dropped off. Because it's, again, I mean, repeated exposure is the key to staying on top of people's heads.
So the thing is, since I started sending the daily emails, our sales went down every month. So it wasn't helping. I mean, that's why I quit doing it, because it clearly was not helping.
Oh shit.
I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, basically our sales have been on a slow downward decline since last summer. And I was hoping that I could push it up with the daily email, so it was an experiment, and it didn't help. I mean, it wasn't like our sales cratered, but the decline continued. So yeah, so I've been checking all the different choke points I can think of, like the click-throughs from the email from the Plinko campaign are actually up a little bit the last few weeks. From the email courses, email deliverability, I mean, seems fine. We did last week's email newsletter did get a fairly low open rate, but the one before that seemed like it was fine.
Well, and if we're getting the views on the page, then we're getting. Well, okay, so the views are a little difficult because
the makeup of those views matters, right? So like if half of them, if like a quarter of them come from email, but half of your sales come from email, then small fluctuations in the page views could actually, you know what I mean? So because like the clicks from the products menu don't convert at nearly the same rate, so it's a little hard to measure. So yeah, I mean, like, so I was looking at how to market yourself. In January we sold 28. In February we sold 17. In March we sold 10. In April we've sold 0 so far.
Wow. Maybe we should just do a flash sale. Send an email and just do a flash sale to just like test the water.
So I did find a couple of issues with the funnel in the last week or so. Like I mentioned last week, I found the issue with the coupon codes. I fixed that though, and I've seen a couple of coupon code sales come through, but not very many. And the odd thing was I was still getting coupon code sales for JavaScript Launchpad. Yeah. Just not the other. I don't know. So that's very strange. And then I did find this morning that a change that I'd made earlier in the week was causing problems if you tried to buy how to market yourself on the multi-pay option. So
the how to market yourself is the number of hits on the sales page is the same?
It's down a little bit, but it's fairly consistent. It was like, let me see, we never get a ton of sales to that, or a ton of clicks to that page. It's only like, I think last year, well, let me see if I have the stats here. We were getting like around, darn, I don't have them. Wait, wrong Trello card. There we go. I have a Trello card called WTF is up with sales. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, so so we were getting, so in September of last year, we were averaging 88 clicks per day to how to market yourself. And in March, I don't actually have that number. I think it's more like it's down to like maybe 60 to 70 per day, but not like, it's not like it went to 0. And we were averaging 1 sale of how to market yourself per day, which is like a $200 to $300 sale. So that's like the biggest contributor right there. And then 10 steps sales are down about 50%. So instead of doing 6,000 or 8,000 a month, we're doing, like 3 to 4, and then nothing in how to market yourself, which was like 6,000 to 8,000 a month. So
I wonder if it could be the pirating thing. I wonder, like, if people are searching for discount code and then they're finding a pirated version of the program.
So I realized we have that anti-piracy program, what is it, MUSO or something, MUSO. Yeah. And I realized that was not set to auto takedown for the Google URL. So I enabled auto takedown, and it said it processed a bunch of torrents and stuff that it had found. And I'd seen like a couple, but when I searched for how to market yourself download, there was like one on the front page. But it was like a membership site that looked pretty dodgy. Like and they still were charging for it. You had to pay $30 for it, and then it was still like you had to give your credit card information to this dodgy looking website. So I imagine some people will be willing to do that, but it shouldn't completely.
Why is the coupon code search process any different from January?
It's not. I mean, other than if the there was some really high profile, easily visible, easy access download that everybody was just jumping on, and we're not getting any emails from people complaining that they can't buy.
Yeah.
Website is more.
We didn't get anybody complaining about the coupon code issue that I mentioned where the buy button was just disabled.
Right.
But I honestly think the reason we didn't get any emails about that was because so few people actually even saw it, because nobody's clicking through from the sales page to the cart. Like, you have to get to the cart with a coupon code applied before you'd see that. And it seems like that's where right there is where the problem's happening.
Is it possible there's some kind of browser change or something? Well, we don't really have a pop-up on there. I don't know.
There's no pop-up. I've checked it in private windows to see like if there's some kind of JavaScript error. There's no JavaScript that has to run on the page that enables them to click through. I mean, it's just a URL. The button's just a URL. So one other change I made was I did change the guarantee from 1 year to 90 days, but that's still, like, I think that has a potential to increase refunds, but I don't think that would be enough to completely kill the sales.
When did you change it?
I'd need to look. I mean, it was a few weeks ago.
I mean, the higher the price point, the higher.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But it was 90 days before, and I upped it. To try to reduce our refunds. I need to search the history on the Trello cards. Okay. Test changing 10 steps guarantee. So I changed. Oh no, that was one I had archived. I don't know. Yeah, it was definitely sometime in probably sometime in March that I did it. But I don't think that would be enough.
Well, you're not getting as many clicks on the buy now button, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing has changed on the sales page except for the guarantee.
Yeah. Well, the guarantee and potentially the traffic.
The traffic is down by what, 20%, you said?
Yeah, 20%. But I just mean the actual mindset of the people coming to the page.
Well, why would those people? Why do you think that has changed?
I don't know, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, it's not a controllable in any shape.
Yeah, that doesn't. There's got to be something else. Well, that's why I say let's just do a sale, like a 1 or 2 day sale on how to market yourself as a software developer for a fairly discounted price, and see what happens. Because if there's nothing, then we know there's got to be something up with the funnel or something, because the sales process, because we know people will buy.
Yeah. So I've switched out I could do that next week. Just run. I've switched back to 5 learning mistakes as the main lead magnet, so that we'll see if people should be starting to drop into the sales sequence in a couple of days. So we'll see if that starts to shake more 10-step sales loose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird that the traffic to the page is just as high, but the add to carts are.
Yeah, I mean, like it's so frustrating too, because I'm having to do all this testing, so my statistics are really muddy. Because like most of the there's a bunch of add to carts for.
So there's nothing that has changed on the sales page.
The only two things. So 2 things have changed in the last 3 months. The URL went from product/developer marketing to store/product/how to market yourself or something like that. So that's changed, and then the guarantee has changed. But the guarantee, honestly, wait, does the guarantee even come before? I don't even know if the guarantee comes before the first add to cart button. I don't think it does. Let me see. You'd have to scroll down. You'd You'd have to scroll down the page. So one other thing I'm thinking that's a possibility is that for some reason people are sitting on their wallets because it's tax season. We've never seen a slump in April before, but we also have never seen slumps in May before, and we've had one-off slumps, like seasonal things before.
If these are employees mostly, they probably wouldn't be worried about tax season. It's business owners who are more worried about that shit, because employees usually get tax back rather than having to pay.
So the guarantee does not come before the first add to cart button. You need to scroll down below the testimonials.
So there's no guarantee until the add to cart button?
The guarantee actually comes after the first add to cart button, the testimonials, and then I have the guarantee, and then a second add to cart button.
Was it always like this, or?
Yeah, it's always been like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to get I think you have to get 90% of the way down the page before you see the guarantee.
Yeah, but that was always like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't changed anything on the sales page.
And I would say and it's weird because the content really shouldn't be getting stale. Like it doesn't matter for this kind of content.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's a steady stream of new people coming in.
How are people coming in here usually? What's the traffic source?
So it is from the blog. So it's organic traffic through opting in for a pop-up through my email course called 5 Learning Mistakes Software Developers Make.
I'm saying, what's the most common way for people to get here?
Email. Well, email and Google. I mean, those are the two biggies. So there are a fair number of people that just wander onto this page that after finding the site on Google, but most of the sales have always come from email.
No.
So we'll be getting, I think, now that I've switched back to promoting this as the main lead magnet for the site, we should be getting more traffic. I think that'll probably erase the shortage of traffic that we were seeing. I'm kind of stumped. The other thing I'm wondering, John, do you think, so we announced there was the video, we posted the video about you stepping down from Simple Programmer on March 1st.
Ooh.
Do you think that could, I feel like that there's probably not a huge amount of overlap between the people that would see it or see it on YouTube or see it on the blog, and then the new people coming in.
But there was also an email about it, right?
It was in the weekly newsletter, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you think
that shouldn't matter at all? If you think about the people that are coming in from the email, these are new people mostly that are making these sales, right? These are so it shouldn't make any difference at all. And they're exposed through the blog, so.
Yeah, I know, and I bet you, I bet you that blog post has had fewer than a couple thousand views on it total. So
yeah,
it shouldn't be a big factor. I don't know. Actually checking something else real quick too. I'm promoting Copy Hour on my email list, and I'm curious how that is converting. So far, I've only seen one conversion for that.
What is that, Copy Hour?
Copy Hour, yeah, which is another fairly high-priced offer. Just wondering if for some reason, right, people are nervous about something, and it's causing a downtick on.
At the beginning of March, we actually had really, really good sales. We're having $700, $800 days.
Well, that was the tail end of that promotion that I did. I imported like 50,000 people into a sales sequence.
Oh, okay.
So that's where that was coming from. So I don't know. I am kind of, so one thing I'm trying, so I set up a couple, like a dashboard in Google Analytics to send myself a daily report on the number of sales page views and add to carts that we're getting, so that I can at least monitor that. If I see that drop from day to day, then that'll be a good indicator that I need to check the funnel. And then I also, right now I'm doing a recording in Hotjar on the
of the sales page.
No, actually the order page, the checkout page, to see if there's any kind of, just to see if people are getting some kind of technical issue when they go there, because it's possible that they're clicking. I don't know. There's an outside chance that they're clicking and getting some kind of technical error, and that's breaking the add to cart event from happening, if that makes sense. So like, there's an outside chance that they actually are clicking that buy button, and then something's going wrong in the shopping cart that is causing WooCommerce to report it incorrectly. If that makes sense.
Well, you might as well record the Hotjar of the sales page.
Yeah. It's just I can't really watch. There's like, I mean, when you get hundreds of the views.
Well, you get the hotspots.
Well, that I could do. Yeah, I could do that. Or I can also look at I should also look at the page, the read time. I'll do that. I'll look at the read time on the page. Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. I can put the heat map.
The other thing we could do is send an email out to the list and basically like with a discount code for how to market, and just say, we're trying to figure out why our sales dropped off. Come help us figure it out. Like, here's a chance for you to get the course at a discounted price, and just take a look and let us know, if you have any issues trying to buy it or anything. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. It's just baffling that we haven't gotten. I mean, we've had a couple of people that have reached out with some kind of like minor issues, but they've mainly just been confused about stuff. So it's not. I haven't found anything like super majorly wrong.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'll either do a sale or some kind of email, like a crowdsource troubleshoot email.
Is there anything wrong with my sales page?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, the key, I guess the biggest thing you were saying is that the number of clicks on the shopping cart, on the add to cart have dropped off, right? That's the biggest problem.
That's the only thing that I can find that's like a major difference. Like our cart abandonment rate's actually not that bad. It's like, I think our checkout completion is, depending on the product, is something like 40 or 50%. So that's decent.
Drip allows you to track those people, right? Cart abandonments.
Yeah. Actually, I had set up a cart abandonment sequence for people that started the checkout and it didn't. That actually, I've tried. In the past, I've tried.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. There he is.
So, man.
I've tried the cart abandonment emails and the cart abandonment retargeting, which everyone says is like free money, and neither of them worked at all. So I just deleted them because it was more complexity. So all right, so I'm going to set up a heat map on the sales pages, send an email, and I'm also going to check the read time.
Yeah, and the traffic source on that has stayed consistent.
Well, so I had a problem. I told you guys yesterday or last week how I'm flying a little blind because I had a gap where a WooCommerce plugin broke Google Analytics just on the sales pages. Nowhere else and it was for like a week. So Yeah, it was the most bizarre thing too. It was like it was a plugin to do to send me an email every day with the sales numbers from the site. Like it had nothing to do with tracking, nothing to do with front end anything, but somehow having this plugin broke that, just disabled Google Analytics on those pages only. So I have a gap in the middle part of March where I don't know how much traffic we got to those pages.
But the traffic source hasn't, like the split of the traffic source hasn't really changed anything. The percentage coming from email and the percent coming from organic traffic is more or less the same, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can confirm that, but
because if it's the same sales page, then it boils down to, well, the guarantee thing is a different thing, but if the sales page is the same, then the traffic is the problem, right? Like how warm the traffic is the problem.
I mean, I've been looking at trying to figure out if there's been a huge change in the amount of people that have been coming in, hitting that page or coming into the sales sequences in Drip. So I was looking at those numbers, and that looks fairly consistent. It's definitely a lot lower because we weren't promoting that as our main lead magnet. So I'm hoping that now that I've switched that back, that we might be able to get back to where.
Hold on. So if the lead magnet was different, was the email sequence also different as a result?
No. So what was happening was they'd sign up for
the free book,
and then after a few days, I would hit them with a few emails to try to get them to sign up for the email course, and then the ones that would opt into that would get the full email course. Does that make sense? So people were still opting in for the email course, but they were doing it from another email versus a pop-up on the website. So, but yeah, I'll look at the traffic mix from January and today and see if there's been a huge shift there. If anything, I would think that we would be getting less Google traffic because I did move the page. So there could be a Google ranking issue with the page, but that's not like high converting traffic. So
yeah, that should be the worst converting.
Right. Yeah.
Email traffic is probably the best, is it?
By far. I mean, yeah, it's probably 5 to 10 times better than anything else. So
if you just if it's 5 to times better, every other traffic source doesn't even matter at that point because the weight is so much heavier on this compared to everything else.
Yeah, get more of those.
Yeah. Oh, it's snowing out there. Shit.
It is snowing here.
Yeah,
I'm up in Vail, Colorado.
Oh, you're in Vail.
Yeah.
Nice. Out skiing.
Yeah, I probably won't wind up going skiing, but
nice.
Yeah, I mean, that gives me a few more things to look at, but I mean, I think I'm at the point where I think I might just have to capture some data, see if it rebounds on its own at any point. Like we can do the sale thing, which will help make up for some of the revenue, and there might be a technical issue somewhere in the funnel, but
well, how, like, the warmth of the traffic, has that changed because of the email sequence?
Shouldn't, because if anything, the email should be better because they've opted in twice. They've opted in from the blog once, and then they've opted in again to get the email sequence.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's a moot point now because I shifted in like the last week. I've shifted all the traffic over, so now I'm collecting emails on this email course as like the front end. So we cut out the intermediate step.
Hey, you said it's $99 per month for 3 months, right?
How to market yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does it say $398 here on your cards?
On the what?
On the WooCommerce cards.
Can you do a screenshot?
Yeah, I can share my screen right now.
Is it just on the store?
Yeah, not in the store. Let me see if I can. Let me just show you. How do I share screen?
There's a button.
There's
there.
a green button.
Okay.
So
take a look.
no one's
here.
because you've clicked it twice.
So it keeps adding, huh?
So currently, yeah. So if you were to, no one comes into, yeah. If you hit the sales page and you click
And I can't
add to
delete
cart, not from there. No, you can't. At least not the way it's set up right now.
Then what do I have to do?
Just open an in private window.
Shit! If I'm trying to buy this product,
yeah, no, I know. But again, this is something that's only going to happen if you click through twice, which isn't happening. They're not even clicking through once.
Yeah.
So yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
WooCommerce, like, I can restrict them from buying a. The problem is that there is both a subscription version of the product and a buy once version.
Good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So I can prevent them from adding the subscription version twice or the one-time payment thing twice. But if they do click both, then yeah, they both get added to the cart, which is
That makes sense because they're separate products, right?
They're separate products, yeah. Which I need to fix at some point, but I don't think it's the main problem here. It's an edge case that I would like to fix. But
there aren't many knuckleheads like me who keep trying to do this. Who keep adding
it's one of those that comes up in testing.
Yeah.
Dirty test data, but
oh god.
Yeah. So
this is crazy, man.
I know. I mean, I kind of think I just need to like write it out a little bit. We can do, so I'm going to do, this month I'm going to do an affiliate promotion.
So here it says in the guarantee, at one point it says you get my unconditional 90-day guarantee, but then it also says second, I'll guarantee 10x your investment in 1 year or you'll get double your money back. So is it either 1 year or 90 days? It's kind of both in this guarantee box.
Yeah, it's actually both. It was less confusing when I only had the one time period.
There are times when you say 12 months, but there are times when you say 90 day. You might want to look at that because
all right, yeah, I can clean that up.
People lose that trust if they don't. If it's like somewhere I say 30 day and somewhere I say 90 day, they're like, I don't trust the sales page anymore. I don't trust anything on this page.
Well, if you read it, what it's actually saying is that you can get your money back at any time or in the first 90 days for any reason. Or if you actually go through this and implement it, and after you've done this for a year, you don't get any results, we'll give you your money back, plus
You're
the
confusing
extra.
me, man.
Yeah, I know, but it was the same structure before. All I did was change the front. It was the same thing except for the initial.
If it's always 1 year, then there's no question of 90 day anywhere in that thing. Now it's like 90 day and 1 year. So
yeah,
I agree with Manny. I think it's too complicated.
Yeah, it is too complicated. I can change that.
just go back to 1 year, see what happens.
Yeah.
Because sales pages are tricky. Like if there's one thing that causes people to not trust it, then we lose everything on that.
True.
It's like someone saying, hey, I made $10,000 this month compared to someone who says I made $9,948. You instantly trust the guy who said $9,948. Right? It's like little details really trigger that response in us.
Not me. I don't think anyone makes any money.
Except for Simple Programmer.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, yeah, I'll do these things and then see if anything shakes out. But I don't know. I might just need to let it ride a little bit and see.
Hey,
See if it bounces
here's
back.
an experiment you can do. You can have two versions of the sales page, one with this guarantee and one with the 12-month guarantee. Send different split your email traffic and send half to this, half to that for, like, if you do a sale and see what happens. See if the conversions are different on the same email traffic, like seasoned email traffic.
The problem is we get so few. Like, I'm only getting 60 clicks a day. So to get to statistical significance, if it's a small difference, to get to statistical significance,
I'm with John on that. I'm saying do a sale, but in the sale, split it. So now you know exactly why something could have gone wrong.
I think that if I just put it back to a year and it jumps like that, that should be pretty obvious if we start getting a sale a day. I'll do that when we get off here.
Another possibility would be to switch the buttons over to ThriveCart again for.
Yeah, I could do that. Well, I never had it on ThriveCart. It was Zaxa. I could go back to the Zaxa version. It's just it's a kind of a lot of work to do that because I have to edit the emails and stuff. It's not a very easy change to make, but at this point, it might be worth it. The other thing is,
why do the emails change if the add to cart button is changing?
Because of the discount codes and stuff.
Oh,
so yeah, I did this time around. I did when I updated the emails, I went through and made all of them pretty links. So it might be, it might not be as difficult.
You can still use the same discount code in a different cards.
Yeah, but I have to update the code on the page that that applies the discount code. So it might be a few hours worth of work to switch it over, but it might be worth it at this point. See, but the other thing that we're not doing is we were accepting PayPal, but then I experimented with turning off PayPal on ThriveCart, and it didn't change our conversion rate at all. So currently I'm only taking payments through Stripe. We have had some people email and ask for PayPal, like maybe 5 to 10 people in the last 3 months have emailed and asked about PayPal. But again, like some of them were only asking because I'd forgotten to take the PayPal badge off the sales page when I first made the switch over. So they were confused, but
I have seen my PayPal, like, I don't know how your split is, but up to 30 to 40% of sales will come through PayPal.
Well, it was 50-50 for us.
Yeah.
And that's why I was really surprised when I took it off completely on ThriveCart and it did not change. I mean, I think that people will choose it. Half of people will choose it if it's available, but it doesn't have a very big impact on whether they actually buy or not.
If people are emailing, then
that's interesting.
Well, people were emailing when our sales were fine. Our sales weren't any different. So I've thought about turning that back on and seeing if that makes any difference.
I think you should make a list of all these things that you're going to try.
I am making a list of them.
And then just, do an experiment every week or two and just see what sticks. You may find that a combination of some of these will push you back past where you were.
True. Yeah, it's definitely worth turning on PayPal again, though, for sure. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just such a pain.
Well,
it is.
Not only that, on the sales page, you have to remove the PayPal button, right? The PayPal logo.
We had. Yeah, I did. I had removed yes, I did.
So that also, it's just few percentages here and there. Like little things keep adding up. There's no one.
Well, but again, like I said, when I disabled PayPal for more than a month, from November through December or January in ThriveCart in that funnel, and it didn't affect anything. Like it did not reduce the sales, and that was with me disappointing people by leaving the PayPal badge on the sales page, and then they'd click through and there was no PayPal option. And they were going, so the emails we got were mostly like, hey, it says PayPal and then there's no PayPal option. Like, what's the deal? But I could try sticking that back on there. I don't really, I think it might be a sale or two here or there, but I'm not sure it would be a big change. But so I can go, all right, so I've got a list here. I'm going to look at the page read times in Google Analytics and see if that's changed much. Can check the traffic mix, set up heat mapping on the sales pages to see if there's something odd there. Possibly do a sale next week with how to market yourself, change the guarantee back to 1 year, change the page back to Zaxa, and re-enable PayPal.
How about putting a guarantee button right next to the add to cart button, just to see what happens? And you don't even have to put the full guarantee, the full-blown guarantee that you have, but just say 365-day money-back guarantee. Just say that.
Yeah.
And later on, people can read about the guarantee. But just having that visual, for me, it changes a lot. Like when I'm buying something and I see that, it gives me some sort of peace of mind. I'm like, all right, I can trust that, even though that was not the case earlier.
Yeah.
Having some sort of a guarantee right next to add to cart really soothes my soul.
Okay. The other thing I'm wondering about is if it's possible that all the affiliate offers that we've been doing are somehow siphoning off revenue that would normally go to us in sales. But that doesn't make any sense because I'm not sending any of the affiliate offers to people going through the first part of the funnel. Like they're all segmented out. Right. It's only after you've been through the main sales funnel that you would get any of that. So I don't see how it could possibly.
And not only that, think about your own behavior. Do you say, oh, I've spent enough money with John, so I'm not going to buy Clever Programmer or Productivity or whatever it is? You don't say that. You think, oh, this is a cool product. I like it or don't like it. You're not really thinking, I only have $100 a month for John, so how am I going to spend it?
Right. Yeah.
It's Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. Our audience is the same audience who like was putting all their money in Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and now it's crashing through the floor, and they're lost all their money. So,
hey, love.
Yeah, Bitcoin. I only had 100 Bitcoin for John, but I don't anymore.
Oh shit.
that seriously may be impacting our sales though. Like,
stop it, man.
No, seriously, think about it. Like a lot of our audience are invested in Bitcoin, and they don't have as much disposable income. They thought they were like flying high. Like so many people I heard, like every single tech person I heard, oh look, I'm investing in cryptocurrency. Oh, I'm getting 30%, 50% gains, right? And now it got slashed in half. So now it definitely is going to affect people's feeling of money to spend their disposable income. So
it'll come back, right?
Yeah, that's what they always say.
I mean, I'm half. I know John's half joking and half not, and I'm kind of half taking that as a joke and half not. I mean, like that's when I mentioned the mindset. Like there could be something that is going on that just has people on edge, and I mean this happens when there's a recession. I've talked to a lot of info marketers for sure who like in 2008 like either lost their businesses completely or they just saw it really go down because of just general overall anxiety and stuff. But I mean, I'm not aware of anything going on unless people are really stressed out about Trump or something.
No.
Yeah, Trump's ruining the economy.
We're not seeing book sales go down either.
No, that's the thing. Like that's actually another thing I'm wondering, John, is like, is it possible that we've bled off, like that the book, because like if you look at our revenue, okay, like since the book launch, if you look, once you take out the book launch itself, if you look at our revenue and the book revenue and you smash them together, like the pie chart, it's the same size, but like the slices are different, right? Like now we're making like $10,000 a month in audiobook revenue, and then like the product sales are like half of what they were. I don't know. Like, there's a possibility that, because I have seen a ton of people in the email saying, "Oh, I bought this book and that book, and like, I'm waiting to go through that," or I don't know. But
does the book cover a lot of the marketing concepts, like how to market yourself?
Not in the same depth, but there's definitely a lot of overlap.
As an outsider, if I'm looking at the book, there are chapters on how to market yourself.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but I mean, again,
it's possible.
It's there's what's weird is the slower decline makes sense. Possibly this abrupt crash to near zero is what's completely baffling. We did see now we also did see a pretty decent spike in our refund requests, like in the last couple of months, to where we were getting we were getting 2 to 4 a month, and now last couple of months we've gotten 10 plus
because of the 90-day money back you changed, right?
Possibly. I have seen people saying that the number one reason we get refund requests for 10 steps especially is that people have soft skills. And I think this has always been the case. People have soft skills, which has a chapter that breezes through the 10 steps. The course covers it in a lot more depth, but people think if they've read the Cliff's Notes version.
Cannibalizing your own market, huh?
Well, the soft skills has been out for a long time. Soft skills came out before the product launch, so I don't know. Chuck, as you probably have gleaned, all is not well in my world. But
yeah, well, it's interesting because there's usually a reason, but it may not be something in your control. I mean, you're talking about maybe recession or things like that. I mean, I really, for me at least, I like the idea of just looking at, okay, what is in your control, right?
So I've been doing that. That's the thing. That's where I'm like, I've spent like a couple days this week, like going through and trying to think of everything I could. And this is the same thing that happened this has happened a couple times before. And what happened those other times was it's a little bit like, Franklin Roosevelt getting us out of the Depression, when what really happened was we went like into World War II. That's kind of what we've had happen in the past, where we had a slump, and then we had like we did some kind of big sale, and then we had something else big happen, and it just sort of like, it seemed to like jumpstart things again. But
I mean, you could also look at, if you think there's a possibility that your book sales are cannibalizing your other product sales, you could go and change the price of the book, make it a little more expensive, and see if it changes the shape of your pie.
$99, John, for the print version.
All right.
We could shut that nozzle off in a hurry. But
well, I mean, I don't know how much you're charging, but you raise it from $20 to $30 and see if the sales go down a little bit, and see if that's 30, an upswing somewhere else.
It's 30 now.
Yeah.
Maybe the sales page needs improvement now that the book is there. And the book talks a little bit. Maybe the sales page needs to build on that and talk about the fact that in the book, we talk a little bit about it. I'm going to go into a lot more detail or something along those lines.
I like that. So essentially, you take your products and you sell them as supplements to the book.
Which is what authors have been doing all along.
Yeah. So you sell the products as standalone products, but then anybody you're aware has bought the book. Yeah, you say, look, this really gives you a process to follow or digs deep on this area.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can tie it back to the book and make it your book experience is going to be awesome, but your book experience plus this course experience is going to make it, 2, 3, 4 times effective.
Yeah.
The obstacle is the way.
Yeah, I mean, I could test that. The danger is that by mentioning the book on the sales page, people go, "There's a book," and they're off to Amazon, which does happen. So I know authors that they sell the book on their own site, but they are able to track whenever they're driving traffic to the book page, they get more sales on Amazon because people go buy it there instead.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't have to explicitly mention the book, but you can say here we're doing a lot more in detail compared to any other place where you might have heard about this topic.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
our website, etc.
Which may or may not have been in the form of slices of dead tree stacked. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I'm adding that to my list here too.
Shit, man, you just created a whole lot of work
Yeah.
for yourself.
Well, it's okay. I'm only doing SEO on the entire website right now, so
That's all.
Oh, is that it?
yeah.
Nice.
Let me suggest you a much easier way to make money. Promote the productivity product.
Well, we can definitely do. I'm going to definitely do the affiliate stuff. I'm going to do one or two of those a month, but I don't want to I don't want to get to the point where we're like on the affiliate offer
I'm just
hamster wheel. But
hey, are you guys planning to do it sometime this month?
the productivity one, I think, I don't know. This month I'm thinking I'm going to do interview cake because it's been a while. And I want to see, that one will be good because I have a before and after with I can see how the book lead magnet people respond to that too, because I already did that with them, or I did that with the group before them. So that will be a good before and after, but I would like to do it again soon.
All right.
It might be time for a new product too. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I know. I once I get the SEO, that's what I'm turning my attention to. Once I get the SEO situation, I'm kicking things off with this this group, which John, by the way, so Glenn Alsop gave a thumbs up. Elisa also gave them a thumbs up. She knows Matt Diggity.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So now I've gotten 3 good recommendations for them. So I'm pretty comfortable with.
Is it Diggity? Is that the guy?
It's
SEO guy?
Matt Diggity is he's the guru, and he basically recruited this team. He's not like working on our stuff directly, but this is like his handpicked people that he put together. So
okay. I didn't. Oh, so I didn't make the connection because Diggity he's a partner with Glenn.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of business together.
Yeah, they're friends. Okay. And then Glenn's one of Glenn's friends is best friends with him, I guess, and Elisa knows him, and
okay.
So he's somehow totally escaped my radar up to this point, but he's pretty well known and seems like everybody has a lot of respect for him. So
all right. Well,
so we're so I need it's going to probably take I think this month, and then I need to get that whole process kicked off, and I'm having to implement a lot of the technical stuff. So we're going to get that done, and then once I get the SEO, once we get past like the technical changes, they're going to get rolling on building backlinks, but they want to make sure that the site's in kind of like as good a shape as they can get it before they start sending backlinks to it.
Sure.
So once we're done with that part, then it should be pretty much autopilot. And what they're going to be doing is doing a lot of keyword research for me. And then I'm going to use that as kind of the top of the pipeline, and then look at the keywords, come up with a laundry list of articles that we want, and then put those out to the writers, and basically give them like almost like these are the bounty, there's a bounty on these blog posts. If you write this, we're going to promote the heck out of it. So I've actually got one guy. Actually, I posted one. I told them I wanted an article on JavaScript interview questions, and I had 3 people volunteer, and one person said 3 people volunteered. One person said she wished she could do it. So that's a pretty good response from our existing writers. And then, but yeah, once I get that process rolling, so they'll help me with the keyword research. I'll feed the keywords to the writing team. Elisa will get the stuff edited and published, and then the SEO guys will build backlinks. So I should have a nice pipeline there when I get that on track, and then I need to work on figuring out the next product, because that's where the money's going to come in. I've monopolized our entire time. But I've been
That's
super
okay, I missed
discouraged
half of
this
it.
week. So yeah, I've been super discouraged about this all week. So just kind of feels like everything's on
Yeah.
fire.
Well, I've been there, and you have to just keep trucking. And sometimes it's inexplicable. You'll never quite know what happened, and then things will turn around. And sometimes you have to get in and work your tail off. So
Hey, Josh.
get in and work your tail off, and hopefully it swings upward.
Josh, let me give you access to my mental toughness course.
I already have that. I should probably.
Damn it.
Probably. I need John's video. I need John. I need you to get me that video from
Bulldog mindset.
No, what's his name? The do the work guy or
Steven
Steven Pressfield. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's just frustrating when you don't know. You literally I literally just don't know what the next. I don't know what it's not. It's not a lack of willingness to work hard. It's like I don't know what buttons to push. Like I have no. I have the I've got some ideas here, but I don't know. So
you are talking about I don't know what buttons to push, and it may warrant some training to try something completely different too.
With my personality, the hardest thing is to build the sandcastle and then have the wave come and knock it down. Like that is like that is just like the thing that frustrates me the most. So that's been my week.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna jump off here. I gotta talk to the accountant and deal with that.
All right.
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. I will. I'll see you guys then. I gotta. Or shoot, if I jump off, will it still? Keep
Yeah, we
going?
can just kill it. We're
Okay.
actually over time anyway. So
Yeah, we are.
life is
Okay.
hard.
Josh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wanna start a business, but you just know how to code. Listen to John, Josh, and Derek as we figure it out. We are the EntreProgrammers, and we'll teach you straight